Everyone, it's Storm here, bringing you guys another First Descendant build guide. And today, I've got one of my favorites, Viessa. She was actually my second most played character since the very beginning of the game. So I've had tons of experience with her. I love her. I've done tons of Void 30s, tons of Axion Fields, and she's probably my second favorite out in Axion Fields, actually. So let's get into the build I'm using, what's changed, and what you want to do with her. So let's go ahead and start talking about the modules and the setup that we're using right here. So on Viessa, I 99% of the time use absolute zero. It makes all of her skills singular right here. Just gives her a skill critical hit rate increase of 20%. So it makes it super easy to hit that max, as you'll see later. And then just increases that skill power and everything like that. So I'm going to go over her abilities real quick because I do use all of them, but I'm not going to go into depth with them because she's been around forever. But just in case you haven't played her, here's what they are. This far shards, it just shoots out one shard right at the enemies. Does some AoE damage, it just smacks in front. Small AoE, but does a lot of damage. Right here, frost roads, some icy roads that travel behind you, make you super fast, love it. This one is just like a big sweep of damage in front of you, her cold snap. And then the blizzard right here, this for today is going to be the big damage dealer of our build because as you can see, we got that cooldown real low on here. So on this build, I use mid-air maneuvering. I just like to get around super fast. Then I've got all my cooldown mods right here. So Nimble Fingers, MP Conversion, my focus on mods. And then I go with that extra chill skill power right here and that singular damage since all of our skills are singular. This is the build most of you guys will probably using, especially if you're newer. Viessa can be really weak, but this build is so tanky. I can just like tank in Axion Fields, and I never really worry about dying with this one because it's so great for that. So that increased HP is going to be awesome for you there, but it is the one. If you feel like you want to get a little bit spicier, you could switch it out for Spear and Shield, or you could go Hyper Focus if you want to do more boss damage or more shooting in there, or if you just want more cooldown, that Veteran's Tactics. But that you already have max cooldown, but that still allows you to reset one of your cooldowns even faster, so you could have like more blizzards out. Super fun. But this is the one I primarily use with that Spear and Shield. If you want to do that, but otherwise right here is going to be the one I think most people are going to want with that increased HP, skill expansion, and then all 4 crit mods, baby. This is going to allow you to have that 100% crit rate, and then also max cooldown without even hitting it on your Inversion Reinforcement. So you're already at the best cooldown you can have with all of your mods right there. So remember that, and that's why we're not taking it on our Inversion Reinforcement. So the 2 weapons I typically love using with Viessa the most, Clairvoyance. I love going all sprint speed and then having that chill round just to add a little more damage. Magazine size, super great for this, so that way if you're ever debuffing enemies, you can debuff longer while your blizzard is out on those big chunky guys. But most of the time, you're just going to be one-shotting people, so it doesn't matter. Then when you get to that boss or any of the elite monsters in Axion Fields that have their damage shells on them to protect themselves, you're going to take out the last dagger right here and just really wreck down on them. So we already covered the modules. The fellow, you're going to use the Hagio Sheepdog. You really don't need ammo for this build, so just getting those extra heals every now and then is fantastic. So I have a few Inversion Reinforcements. This is the one I use when I'm out in Axion Field right here, getting that extra skill cost down. Chill rounds, super great to get the enhanced rounds, just so like reducing their all attributes resistance to really make them just take more chill damage. And then right here, that extra duration is nice for your frost roads to be killing the weak guys and for your blizzard lasting a little bit longer. If I'm in the Void 30 or Void 10 rather, I take a reload timer, the chill rounds, and this one, just because Void 30 is so small, you can easily pick up your MP everywhere. You don't really run out of it. And then you got your chill rounds. If you are struggling with MP, just switch it back to the hunt. And then that duration is nice, or I go with the MP recovery. If you're struggling with MP, that is another option right there. So that's your inversion reinforcement. Pick the one that you would like. Then let's pop on over to our reactor where we've got that frozen singularity. Matching your weapons, you want that cooldown and crit damage on this bad boy. After that, let's talk about our external components. So I did the 2-piece plague set for that extra singular skill power. Now, not a lot of areas to get singular skill power in the builds, especially since we're using those focus on mods and we get the MP, our singular skill modifier. This actually just gives you that straight up singular skill power. So I took the plague set having this 2-piece right here, the memory and the auxiliary power. So I got that 646 HP, 646 HP. Again, this really helps contribute to making Viessa so tanky in all the content that we are doing. If you go with the Hunter set, if you take the Hunter set off, you are at 85.7 or something cooldown like that. So you could just put on the non-attribute one for just more skill power, but I find just casting more often is super fun, and getting that extra little bit of cooldown is so great. So on there, I took the max shield and max equipment drop rate, and then the max MP and MP recovery. This one is essential to have both of those. And here, the MP recovery out of combat is okay, but the max HP is great. MP out of recovery out of combat, you get it someplace, but if you wanted to go with fire resistance for the Void 30, that is also a good choice. Over here, I go with MP recovery modifier and gold. If you're struggling with dying, again, you could take that resistance or that defense right there. Now, we're going to finish ourselves up at the Arche Tuning board where I got my Blizzard babe coming at you. So right here, you are going to find yourself just going copy and paste this. This is the best way to do it for her mobbing build. I will show you when I go against the Colossus or anything like that. But just getting that extra skill power is huge. Coming over, getting a little crit damage. If you wanted to reduce some of your range and just go with this instead, you could. But honestly, again, you're just killing everything super fast with Viessa, so I find it best to be there. I took Frost Vulnerability up here. I really love this as just kind of a consistent one. You get that constant vulnerability on the weaker ones, and the ones that are stronger are the ones that you're going to want to be killing. So when you're attacking those bosses or those elite enemies in Axion that have that skill power on them, you get that extra skill power. That have that frostbite on them, you get that extra skill power. So that is why I take this one right here. All right, and then when I go bossing, I do just go up here to the Colossus, get that skill cooldown, and then again, that Frost Vulnerability. It's just too tough not to take with Viessa when you are crushing, especially since you're doing those chill rounds. So that is the build, you guys. That is where we are at. I am going to showcase a little bit of I'm just going to showcase one round of the Void 30. I am going to be using during this one, just since I'm assuming most of you will be using the Ice Fortress here. I'm going to use this build right here where I take that extra HP, and I'm doing this specifically to show you, even with that extra HP, how fast you're going to be killing mobs. So it is really not a big deal if you're not adding that extra skill power or not adding the hyper focus to do the extra crit damage, whether it be with your weapon or with your gun. The cool thing about Viessa, when she's rocking that last dagger to kill the bosses, it doesn't really matter if you get the skill crit or the weapon crit. Both hit so hard. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video today. Slay away. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Unless you're sticking around to watch the video, I'll see you in there. Bye. All right, you guys, here we are in Void 10, starting it out. I'm going to go ahead and show you the modules I use so you can see that I did use the one with the health on it, so you can be tanky here. So hit that Frost Rose to get it started, then hit every group with the Blizzard right in the middle as soon as you can. If your Blizzard isn't recharged yet, hit him with that 3, then the Blizzard. Then you can finish him off with your gun or with an Ice Shard. Right here, I want you to watch closely as they're going to get pulled all into one spot, really close right there. That's your power beyond, that's your trigger module. Whenever that is happening, it's giving you that flat 15% skill power, but also pulling all the enemies in so you can just hit them really close together. Then over here, as you're going to see, I'm using my environment a lot to hide behind walls. That way, the few seconds before they freeze, they're not really able to shoot at me. So coming through here, you're going to see the same thing. I hit them with the ice, and then I run behind that pillar. So that way, I've got my safety. The enemies in here do hit really hard. So to keep yourself upright and just not really having to pick up health that often, that's what option you're going to take. Or if you need something to implement into your rotation, you can do that. You saw I did it again right there. Right here, just because they are right in a row, I did hit him with the 3 first, and I knew this big group was coming up, so I wanted to save my Blizzard for that. But most of the time when it's a big group, you're really going to want to hit them with your Blizzard first, since it's only on that 5-second cooldown, and then you're able to eliminate them, hit them with the 3, go to the next group right here. As I'm going up the stairs here, you're going to notice I did try to just wipe them all with my 3, and then I did not get it, and then I tried saving my Blizzard, and it probably took me the extra 4 seconds that I should have just spent. There again, you saw them kind of get pulled tighter together. That is that Power Beyond, which is the best module that you're going to want to be using on every Viessa build. It is just so good for her. And as we're coming up here, getting towards the end, I just want to take a minute and say, if you're looking to up your play, or if you're just looking to group with other gamers, hit my link up in the Discord and join us. We're always running content, usually at night, but some of us are on during the middle of the day as well. I am Central Time in America, but we play with everyone all over the world, so sometimes we've got our UK buddies on, sometimes we've got our Aussie buddies on. Hitting the boss right away with your Blizzard is going to be fantastic, and as you saw right here, I wanted to demonstrate using the Clairvoyance just to reduce his chill. That way you could see how much faster the ice killed him. And then on the second one here, I'm going to pull up my dagger, so that way you can see that using the dagger can also be a fantastic way to bring down his health. And I got that fast reload with the crits right there, using the cover to make sure that I stay protected the whole entire time, because you just don't want to have that get you. Here I'm going to show you my stats just so you can see how quick the clear was on Viessa, and I hope this build helps you with your Viessa play and everything Viessa that you do in the First Descendant. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.